Hello, I am Kayla Roman. I will be highlighting top professionals providing senior financial services. Today we are meeting with Marian. Hi Marian, how are you?
Hi, Kayla. How are you doing?
I'm good. Do you want to start off by just telling us a little bit about yourself? Whatever you feel comfortable with sharing, maybe a little
Sure.
bit about your family, hobbies that you have.
Okay. Well, I live in the Wilmington, Delaware area, and if you were to ask single living with a dog named Bailey, you may hear her in the background. I do spend a lot of time at the beach. I have a beach house in Ocean City, Maryland, so I'm down there a lot. And I also am on the Eastern Shore, so I have a house down in Kent Island too. So on my off time when I'm not working, I tend to spend a lot of time in the outdoors. I like being around the water on a boat, and so I enjoy that kind of activity. And I guess I hunker down in the winter, but that's my passion, is to be near the water.
Yeah, sounds like you and I would be best friends in the same way.
Yeah.
What made you get into insurance in general?
That's always a question when I talk to other insurance agents. I don't think it's a choice. I don't think it's like, oh, I got out of college and I figured I'm going to become an insurance agent. I think most agents will tell you they fell into that role or somebody introduced them and it just kind of naturally came. I actually had started in insurance in 1994 selling life insurance, and had my own agency for about 10 years. And so it was an era of time where life insurance was purchased by individually, not online. There was no internet. So it was a need. I've always been in sales. When I first got out of college, I was selling computers. I sold computers all over Philadelphia, the Delaware area. And so it was naturally in the sales arena, and somebody approached me and said, you would be really good in the insurance market. No one really thinks of that. So I ended up working in the insurance industry in 1994. So I've been there for a while. I've worked in the Medicare market since 2006, when they introduced something called a Medicare Advantage Plan. So I got into the Medicare market back in 2006, a little different from life insurance. So I've been doing this for a good 20 plus years, and I've found I think I fell in love with the Medicare market, the senior market, the most. It's the most gratifying market to be in. These people are very appreciative. They welcome any kind of help they can get, and it's just it's not a sale. It's just it's building a relationship and helping somebody just make something easier in their life. So that's kind of why I've stayed in it. I'm passionate about it, and I probably won't ever retire from it. It's something that you can do till the day you die. So I've met many people in this industry. They're in their 80s and 90s, still working the market, and so it's something that I don't think I'll ever just say, I'm gonna walk away from.
What do you think are some of the biggest challenges that you see your clients facing regarding their financial situation?
So, I think a lot comes from now the world. We all get information from the internet. They get information on YouTube. So I think there's a lot of misinformation out there. People talk back and forth and give their opinions. So I think some of the things that I think people make choices based on are not the best thing for them. I end up helping them in that situation. But unfortunately, when you first retire or you enter the market where you have to figure out your own health care, it's a confusing decision to make, and you don't know which direction to go. And typically, you either have a friend that's going to tell you, or you may hop on the internet and look up on something on YouTube. So unfortunately, I think I see that facing a lot of seniors today. I see a lot of unfortunate people preying on seniors and calling them constantly, or putting them in plans they're not best suited for. So I see that as a big challenge. I also see on the other side the challenge of whether they believe they're going to continue to have Medicare or some kind of health care that supports them. So I see a lot of changes in that market, whereas to the positive, where I see with the Inflation Reduction Act came out and helped people or seniors with their prescription plans in the future. So I do see some positives, but I think they're weary. I think people my age that haven't gotten into that market are also weary to see if Social Security, Medicare, what they look like 10, 20 years from now. So I think those are the challenges, but I really think it's being out there on your own, no advice, knowing whether I should sign up for something or not. is the hardest thing, I think, that the challenges most seniors. So that's what I like why I do. I've been in it long enough, so I kind of know it enough to trust that what I'm saying is true. But unfortunately, that's the market, and there's a lot of misinformation out there. Yeah.
What are some specific goals that you can help your clients attain?
Well, I think one of the things is just peace of mind. It's also maybe if anything is helping them financially with their, what they're putting out of their pocket. Are they paying too much for their insurance? It's at the same time, it's just understanding and navigating the health market and understanding what to do when you go to a doctor's office. So I think that's something that, I try to guide them through so that they have, some stability. I like to see them, call me at the end of the year and say, my God, that was the, best thing you ever did for me. You got me in a plan that really helped me out or helped my husband. And at the same time, I also let them know there's other things out there they may not be aware of that can support them. I have a handicapped brother who is unable to walk, and I have a lot of experience in understanding the market of that, what you have to navigate through to get to that point. I've had people call me, my father-in-law just had a stroke. Do you have any advice on what to do here? Because he's unable to walk anymore. And so I do have a little bit of knowledge on that side, which kind of helps. I don't know, because I've navigated it myself. So that's kind of why, I think I try to lead, or help people down the road. One, save money, but also let them understand what their options are, or is there any kind of subsidy that may support them too out there in the world?
Yeah, it makes sense. Even at my age, I think that's something you struggle with. I just had a major back surgery last Monday, and you don't know like what's out there.
You don't know.
What's available to you. So
right. Being through it long enough, my brother broke his neck in diving into a swimming pool in high school. So it's being able to, over the years know what is out there, or are you on your own? It's out of pocket. Should you be getting something now? And God forbid down the road, you may need, some kind of like long-term care policy. It's scary because most of it is on the person, and they don't realize, they think that, somebody else is going to come in and pay for everything. And that's not the case.
Without divulging any specific details, can you tell us about a time that you helped a client achieve one of these goals or challenges that they had that was really...
Yeah, I don't know that I have one that stands out. I have many, many situations where, I've helped people not just in their healthcare market, but either just, financially. One is the biggest thing that I impact. Some people are just bent over backwards, can't afford what they're doing. And I've been able to either get them in a different plan or get them a subsidy so that they're not paying for their health care anymore. And you change a life by doing that. Some people, you don't realize every dollar counts at that age. They're on a fixed income, and just understanding they didn't know there was options. They didn't know, have helped people even move in with someone else that needed a roommate just to give them a break on the cost of living. And so individually, I can't come up with one because there's many. That's why my job is rewarding, because I'm able to, I don't know each day the next person I'm gonna, meet, and if I can help them in a little way, I will. But there's many I can say. I get phone calls all the time now. Matter of fact, 8 o'clock this morning, I had a woman call me. She's in a lot of pain, didn't know what to do, where to go. And I set up an appointment and got her in somewhere right away. But individually, you don't realize, maybe that's the thing. You don't realize when you first impact them that maybe down the road they call you and say, you don't realize what you did for me. Like, I was just doing my day-to-day thing, and that's what I do. But that's what makes my job rewarding than most people's jobs.
Yeah. If you had a crystal ball and you could see into the future, what do you see is the biggest challenge in the senior financial market in the next 3 to 5 years?
In 3 to 5, I do see, I see good. I see the Inflation Reduction Act finally getting rid of something called the donut hole, so that seniors can afford their actual prescriptions. Mind-boggling to me, but so I do see that in the next 2 years. I do see that impacting. it all depends on the direction of what and how much, what we call is, we pay into every year to pay for our Medicare, whether we'll be entitled to that again. So I think that's a struggle. In the next 3 to 5 years, it's gonna be a big ticket item as to far as what washes out there. I don't know. If I had one, I would hope to God they realize this is something we've all paid into and it's not an entitlement. So I would hope that in the next 3 to 5 years, more benefits come the senior way. It's hard to say, you hear things, but I don't want to believe them. But right now, I just kind of try to stay positive in that it's still going to be around, or at least giving the support they're giving right now. So I think the biggest challenge is going to be the abuse. There's a big abuse, I think, on the side of Medicare, where there's a lot of companies that take advantage of it, and there's people getting benefits that shouldn't be. So I think that would take a detriment to the seniors. Yeah, it's not their fault.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me, Marian.
Sure.
It's been great getting to hear a little bit about you and how you got started and how things are going now. So I appreciate your time, and thank you.
You're welcome.